everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for those who don't know, I'm Alicia and I've been interviewing inspirational people to find out how they've become a success. Now this week I interviewed Johnny Depp's bodyguard, Malcolm Connoly, to find out what life is like being a bodyguard for someone with such a huge following and who is so well known. Here's how it went. Welcome to the channel. To begin with, if you could just introduce yourself.
Okay, hello. Yeah, I'm Malcolm Connoly. I work as a personal security. People call it bodyguard. I like to call it personal security. I always think bodyguard's a big word. I've been doing this for 20 years,
Okay.
and I'm okay with it, yeah, I'm okay. Well, I'm still okay with
it. Good. So you started off as a brickie in Glasgow. How did you get into bodyguarding?
Well, I started off as a brickie, yeah. But I was one of the youngest doormen in Glasgow, worked in Glasgow clubs, and all my mates, was about 6 or 7 years old when we were young, hung around together. We're all going to join the Royal Marines. And my dad, he sat me down, talked me out of it. He says, get yourself a trade, because after the Royal Marines, like everybody else, you'd just struggle, get yourself a trade. So I did. My mates went into the Royal Marines. And when they all came out, I was working in the doors in Glasgow, and a couple of my mates said they'd done close protection courses as they were coming out of the army, the Royal Military Police. So they got me on a few courses. They actually talked me into it. At first I thought, I could be watching too much Kevin Costner, I thought, these guys are for real. So one of the guys I knew, his colour sergeant, whatever it was, was running courses. So introduced me, and I got on a couple of courses, and I started from there. That's how it started. And I started working for an Arab family. It was okay. I got a bit bored because it was RST, which is Resident Security Team, and I done that for about a year. I got bored. I started getting really bored. And one of the guys that I work with, he says, you know what, Mark, you should talk to a guy called Jerry Judge, who works in the celebrity world. I was like, yeah. At the time, I was bodybuilding, so I was quite a big lump, I went and had an interview with Jerry Judge, and the rest is history, so to say. That's where it started.
Okay. So, obviously, I know what it entails because of Dad, and he obviously used to work with you. For all my listeners, what does being a bodyguard entail?
Well, it entails quite a bit. You know what I mean? You're not just there to be catch a bullet for anybody. I mean, you're trained to look after somebody's personal security and their mindset. Make sure they're okay. They're okay personally in every aspect of the job. Whether it's on the streets looking after them, do they have an actual threat, or is it just a precaution? It's being aware of your surroundings, his surroundings. Mm-hmm. His comforts, putting at ease his anxieties or her anxieties, whoever the client is. So there's a lot entailed in it. You've got to do your background on everybody. You've got to do a risk assessment, do your background, and then that position actually gets easier as you get to know somebody. Mm-hmm. You get to know them better. You build a bit of rapport. So your job does get easier because you can then approach them on certain things that you couldn't at the start. Yeah. Because you don't know them that well. And personal security is always a compromise between budget and, privacy. So the job gets easier as you get to know someone, definitely, yeah.
So would you say the job varies depending on who you're working with? So you could be working with one person and have one job description as such, and then when you go to work with someone else, it could all change?
Completely, yeah. Yeah. Totally, yeah. It depends on their personal requirements, and everybody's different,
Yeah, everybody. When you see on TV films, series, and you see personal security, bodyguards, what's going on? Does it actually portray your job? Because I know, for example, Dad gets really annoyed. He's like, "That's so far-fetched."
Yeah. Yeah, I watch some bodyguards on TV shows or in movies. It's just not like that, That's it's just, they build a stereotype of, the meathead, the muscle. That's what Nah, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's
Okay.
not like there's two types of bodyguard. There's a covert bodyguard, somebody that likes to be a bit, or the client requires covert rather than overt. Overt is more shown out. You know, like if you want to get near this guy, then you're going to have to get past me.
Hmm.
Whereas covert, you're more or less in the background a bit. You know, you're just in the background a bit, keeping a low profile. You know, when you see the guys in the movies, they tend to be like a cartoon. You know, like. It's just no, it's not real. Doesn't work like that. It's not that easy, you know.
Okay, so you've worked with the likes of Hugh Jackman and at the moment Johnny Depp. What have
Yeah,
you
yeah,
been like to work with? Again, have they all been different to work with, or?
yeah. They're all very different in their own ways. I've never met anybody they've always been nice. I've been lucky. The clients that I've worked with have been really cool people. I've never had any. No, they're good people, you know.
Good. And what's Johnny Depp like to work with?
Amazing. He's very cool, as you can imagine. He's very cool. Very cool, very generous, you know. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Johnny's a nice guy. He genuinely is a nice guy, you know.
Yeah, he always comes across like on telly as being really nice and.
Yeah, he is. He's a big fan guy, you know. He loves his fans, and as me as a personal security, you know, yeah, I've got to show absolute respect for his fans, you know, because he's all for his fans. He looks after his fans, you know, and he respects them, you know.
No, that's really lovely to hear. Now, there's a couple of pictures of you having a bit of a laugh with the paparazzi.
Yeah.
Do you think that part of the job is having that humorous side instead of always being super serious?
100%, 100%, yeah, 100%. There's times to be serious, and there's times where it's kind of half-hearted, and you can have a laugh. But you always bear in mind, even though you're having a laugh and you're messing around, the job's a job, you know.
Mhm.
Don't ever take your eye off the job, you know.
Yeah, definitely. So there's also a picture of you more recently with a Popeye face.
Yeah.
What was the story behind that?
We were in a club, and well, we always know when we come out, there's a gauntlet of paparazzi, or you know, the fans are cool, but the paparazzi are cool. Some of them are okay. So as we were leaving, usual, right? Let's do this, Johnny. You know, straight to the car. But he went, listen, I want you and Sean, if you would, pull a few faces for me. He says, let's mess with him a wee bit. And that's Johnny's humour, you know. That's what he finds that hilarious. So we're like, yeah, okay, fine. So as we walked out, the flashes started, and we just sort of pull faces, you know. It was funny. We get into the car and we're in hysterics, you know.
Oh, I think that's brilliant. Like you say again, it's adding that humorous side.
Yeah. But at the same time, we're watching him. We're making sure he's okay, and we get him to the car, then we can have a laugh, you know.
So Johnny Depp has his own band with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry. Now
Yeah.
that comes across as such an iconic band, like all the band members. I mean, I don't think you can get any more iconic. Is it always glamorous, or I can imagine there's quite a bit of hard work that goes into the tours and.
Very hard work. The logistics, the planning, the recce's, you know. Yeah, it's hard work. It never stops. The tours are the hardest thing. Movies are pretty straightforward. There's a certain formula to movies, but tours, because you're on the road and different venues. I mean, it's not like we're going to the same studio every day. We're going to different venues every day, so they've all got to be checked out. They've all need a walkthrough. All the safety has to be taken in mind. The barriers, you know, simple things that, you know, the joints, the top of the barriers where they join together, they tape so that nobody can get their finger in there. You've got to look after everything, as well as the crew, the band, you know. You've got to make sure they're okay. But we have a duty of care to the public in that place.
Mhm.
So we're also having to look after them. I mean, they have their own house security, their own in-house security. But they'll come to us and say, what do you need? Well, the last thing we need is anybody getting hurt, because that comes back on the band. and the usual, the house security are usually on the game. They're on the ball, you know. So it all at the end of the day. I mean, at the end of the day, shit happens because it's live, you know. So shit happens. But all in all, great. Yeah, but busy. Yeah, seriously busy. It's a non-stop operation, you know.
Oh,
Non-stop.
so what would you say has been your biggest challenge?
The tours, probably the vampire tours.
Okay.
I would say them because, as I say, it's just non-stop, and it's fans. We're dealing with thousands and thousands of fans every day. So I would say the tours, the vampire tours, are a big challenge. I've toured with loads of bands, you know, U2, right to, you know, Westlife, but the vampire tour is a challenge. Yeah, it's like we say that they're all very iconic in their own way, you know, and yeah, that's definitely, as I say, it's full time, 24/7, you know.
So with it being full-time 24/7, I imagine in your role you do have to still stay quite fit and healthy. How do you
Yeah.
how do you find time for that? What do you do to stay fit and healthy?
Well, you always have you know, your downtime, and being there's two of us always with Johnny. When he's in his hotel room tucked away, either one of us can shoot into the gym in the hotel, or if it doesn't have a gym, you take I take elastics with me. Johnny's always got some fitness gear with him because he works out a wee bit himself. So I'll jump onto his dumbbells and that. We're always doing something, even if it's just press ups and that 15-20 minute routine, you know.
Fantastic. So to end this interview, I have got 10 very quick questions. Iron brew or Coke?
Iron brew,
Favourite gym exercise?
bench press,
Cardio or weight training?
weight training,
Favourite food?
Chinese,
Oh, okay. London or LA?
LA.
Favourite paparazzi face?
Paparazzi face,
Yeah. I love that. Chilling at home or on the beach?
at home.
Books or films?
Blade Runner and 1984.
Okay. Type of music?
Motown.
And tattoos, yes or no?
Yes.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much.
No worries. That's right. Thanks. Lucia, it's not
Now, I hope you all enjoyed that video with Malcolm, and I hope you all learned something as well. I know what stood out for me was how much responsibility a bodyguard actually has. You know, they're looking after these people and their lives are literally in their hands. They have to make sure everything is right. Now, the other thing that I think is really important for us all to remember is about when Malcolm was talking about having a laugh still, having fun, and just making sure that nothing's all serious. You've got to have fun, whatever you do, and whatever path we take with regards to our jobs, we've got to have fun, otherwise we won't give it 110%. If you have someone that inspires you, comment below. I'm always so interested to find out who others find inspirational. Likewise, if you have an inspirational story to tell, comment below, drop me a message on social media, or even drop me an email. On Wednesday at 5 o'clock, I'll be speaking with Becky and Shen from Aura on Road, which is a cocktail bar who have now decided to deliver cocktails to people's doors. If you've enjoyed this video, comment below, let me know what you think, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit subscribe. See you all on Wednesday. See you later.